invites you to experience the brilliance and clarity of high-definition television, but be warned you'll never be satisfied with regular TV again. HD TV, made possible by Panasonic. Oh, wait, Minko for the Hacking Math Fan Highway Patrol.
13 of the hour here in the Amos Morning program. Mike Breen, Mike Lupica, Boomer Esiason, Congressman J.D. Hayworth, Monterio Ivy, Stefan Dweck, Dick Cavett, Ron and Santa, Joseph Abboud, Bo Dietl, Chris Russo, Mike Francesa, Deirdre Amos, all on the phone. And Sid Rosenberg is here, and this is the final sportscast of the morning. Everybody will have a question for you, Sid, and then they'll vote.
Okay.
So, are you ready?
I'm ready to go.
Here we go.
Imus in the morning. 2020 sports.
All right, Imus, as bad as the Mets have looked, there is a team in baseball that's sporting a winning percentage of less than .300. That would be the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, and after Joe Randa's walk-off grand slam gave the Royals a 9-5 win over the Rays last night, Tampa's record dropped to a Major League worst 11-28. But don't worry, manager Hal McRae is still confident as he delivers this clear-cut message.
At times, we're losing our focus because the missed double play ground ball.
Yeah.
What? Sounds like Fred Imus.
Losing our focus.
Yeah.
Hello.
If anybody lost the focus, it's him. How the hell's the team supposed to win? Piece of baseball history last night, gentlemen. The Cubs won and lost last night, actually. They were outscored 6-2 by the Astros, but Sammy Sosa did become the 33rd player to hit in history, I should say, to hit the 400 home run club. He's the second Cub. Ernie Banks at 512. And Sammy was obviously very excited when he was asked about his accomplishment. Was that? That was it. That was all he said last night. That was the exact quote from Sammy Sosa.
Are you using Minko's headphones? Boomer Esiason just points out.
I'm not sure if I am I?
Take a look. Take them off and take a look at the right ear.
Uh-oh.
See?
It does say John Minko. I nearly had to I nearly had to beat the guy half to death. See that?
Where is Minko?
Cork in the back.
I don't know where he is. I nearly had to beat the guy half to death just to use his computer a couple of seconds ago. I don't have any instruments here to use.
What makes you think we care anything about the Tampa thing, by the way? What was that? Is that the lead for this?
Well,
Who won the basketball game last night?
Well, the Sixers won last night.
Well, why didn't we know that?
Well, I'll tell you that right now.
How about the
Iverson
hockey
52
game?
points.
The hockey game was into 2 overtimes, wasn't it?
Double overtime, that's right.
Okay, well, how about telling us about that?
How about that? 10:27 into the second overtime, Scott Young scored his 6th postseason goal, and the Blues won. He led the team with 40 goals this year, by the way, more than Pavel Demitra and Pierre Turgeon.
Well, what were you thinking about with the Tampa Bay?
Sammy Sosa. How do you feel about the puck being black?
I like the puck black, just like my women.
The seat is going down in flames.
Oh, yeah, man. You want to borrow a gun? Bo, give me a gun. You want to kill yourself?
I think he's been observed walking the streets.
Lose half the vote.
Excuse me, Sid. Excuse me, Sid.
Yeah. All right.
Al Sharpton on line 1.
Sid continues, right? Or is that it?
No, we can move on. Actually,
Okay.
we talked about the Raptors' loss last night to Philadelphia. It was a humiliating 33-point loss, but it seems like the coach, Lenny Wilkins, seems like he's got it all figured out.
We will go back and rework it and be better the next game.
Be better next game. They lost by 33 points last night. So if they lose by 31, they played better. Of course, it's still a loss.
I think the implication is he thinks they're going to win.
Well, that may be his implication, but
he's the winningest coach in NBA history, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Okay,
yes.
well,
he's also coached for 50 years.
Some real weight.
The guy must have some idea what he's doing.
Well, I'm sure he does.
He doesn't need some update schmuck at some sports radio station questioning his right, Chuck?
I would say so, but you don't want to be influencing the jury here, right?
How about showing some respect for a black head coach in the...
Yeah, Lamont. Miami 10, you guys.
Hey, remember, Crockett worked with Tubbs, my friends. Crockett worked with Tubbs.
That show got canceled.
Well, had a pretty good run. Is that it, Sid?
All right, I'll move to the question segment now.
All right, well, let's start the question with a jury, and this time we'll start with Mike Lupica, a nationally syndicated sports columnist for the New York Daily News, and novelist, and Mike... essentially writes novels where he makes fun of black people. So, but anyway.
You know, Chuck, it occurred to me that this looks like the first draft of the pallbearer list, except, of course, you're still All right, Sid, I have to ask you this. This has been so close so far.
Well, let me just interrupt here.
Why did you lead with the Tampa Bay Devil? You buried the lead on the Raptors and the Sixers.
Yeah, well, I just figured that I had already covered the Raptors and Sixers, and John had done it twice, and it was just a little ad nauseum. I wanted to do something a little different, something outside the Mets and Yankees and 76ers, and I just thought that Hal McRae's comments were so unfocused for a guy that's talking about focus for the worst team in Major League Baseball.
Well, there was some irony there, wasn't there?
There was some irony there, yes.
okay.
And he showed he was thinking outside the box.
Right. Right.
And he led with humor instead of actual sports.
Right. And,
Charles likes that. Brain likes that.
and don't forget, this show is on in Tampa. This is a nationally syndicated program, so I wanted to keep everybody around the country.
Sucker.
There you
It's
go.
a Sacco comeback.
All right, Monterey Ivy, Stefan Dweck.
Yeah, I'd like to know your hood and sheet size.
In light of your earlier comments.
Monterey?
No, we just want to know, because obviously you have a thing for black women, judging by your tan.
Right.
Yeah. Venus or Serena?
You don't want to get me going there.
Yes, we do.
No disrespect to you guys, because there are some black women that I like very much. Venus and Serena Williams.
Remember, the vote is hanging in the balance.
I know, but I got to tell you.
Fuck up!
Jim Burt with breasts, as far as I'm concerned.
Venus has a penis!
I've never seen two nastier women in my whole life.
What are you, nuts?
Well, that's the way I feel. I think they're gross.
They're gross.
They can play tennis, but I mean, not when Bree's Peace and Warner watching.
That is outrageous.
How about Anna Kournikova?
Well, that's a different story.
Sid, one last
All right, here's Mike Breen.
Sid, don't give up your day job.
By the way,
a day job. Yeah.
By the way, if Mike weren't such a jerk, we wouldn't have to be going through all this, and he'd come back and do sports first, and we'd all be happy.
He could end this whole thing
Of course,
now.
he's too big for us. So, anyway, what's up, Mike?
I thought Sid had great energy
Yeah.
and excellent use of sound bites. My question is kind of like what I asked Minko, but a little differently.
Okay.
You have one story to do. Do you do a story of an athlete breaking a record or an athlete breaking the law?
That question's been posed to me before, and I would take the athlete breaking the law every time.
Good answer.
Every
That's
single
a good
time.
answer. That's a very good answer.
All right.
Sure.
All right, let's go to the phones before we go back to the live guys. So, not that they're not live on the phone. Here's Chris Russo on line 7. Good morning, Chris.
Chris!
Hello, Chris.
He's feeding the baby.
Put in your teeth. Chris, put in your teeth.
All right, let's go to Deirdre on line 8.
Excellent job out of Chris.
Honey, what'd you think of Sid?
Hello?
Yeah, what'd you think of Sid,
Well,
honey?
first I have to say, for the record, this is the best-looking group of men I've ever seen.
Oh, yes.
You know what? You should take a shower. Relax there.
She is taking a shower, right?
We're all going over.
Man, look at that. She thought you were good looking.
So, what do you think, honey?
Well, he's annoying.
Who is? Who's annoying?
Sid.
Oh, see, we knew you were in the tank.
No.
That's it.
I haven't finished. I haven't. See, first of
go
all,
ahead.
no, stop it.
All right.
He is so annoying that he is good. And the first time you hear him, it's like, wow, he's got good energy, and you have to literally tune out his accent there. But that's why I get him confused with Mad Dog, because he sounds like Mad Dog. But
In other words, he's ripping off Mad Dog. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. I'd be really mad if I were Mad Dog.
Oh, you would?
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Deirdre, can I ask Deirdre a question?
Yes.
Oil of Olay or baby oil?
Yeah, you fat pig. All right, here on line 5 is Mike Branson.
I have a question for him.
Okay, go ahead. We don't have a lot of time here now. Come on.
Sid, which food poses the highest health risk to eat? A hormone antibiotic-injected hamburger, a chemical-filled hot dog, or freshwater fish?
I would say freshwater fish.
Oh, my God. I can't. You're right.
Very good. All right, here's Mike Francesa on line 5. Good morning, Mike.
All right.
Speaking of food.
That'll be fine. What do you think, Mike?
Gee, Bernard doing a food joke. Wow.
That's really original, Bernard.
I haven't heard. That's for the 400th I've heard this year.
Hey, before we get to all of this, are you going to be on tomorrow on the show?
Yes.
Okay, good.
We'll give you the bets for the Preakness.
Because we got $15,000 on this horse race.
Right, and we've already raised $20,000 for the charity.
Right.
So the charity can't lose.
Okay. All right. Here's Mike now and Sid.
You wondered why I didn't ask Minko a question when Insana asked him about the NASDAQ, and Minko's answer was 5. Okay.
Well, that's how many shares of stock he owns.
That's because I held up 5 fingers.
The high was 5. I mean, Minko came within almost 5,000 of the right answer. Okay. My question for Sid will be a simpler one.
Yeah.
Sid, after you're escorted out of the building, you're going to make a left or a right?
All right. Here, Chris Russo's back on line 7. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning. How you doing, buddy?
So Deirdre thinks that you should be annoyed that clearly Sid's ripping you off.
That's a form of flattery. Why would I be annoyed?
Well, it's just her opinion. So.
I mean, I love Deirdre. You know that more than anybody. But, I mean, it's just, I mean, the bottom line is that I think Sid has had an edge to him this morning, which I have enjoyed. My one question for Sid would be, what happens when he busts his butt, gets there at 3 o'clock in the morning, does his update, prepares his updates, and you blow him off into 9:53? Is he going to get annoyed like one and walk out of the studio?
No, I will not, actually, because I'd be thankful of the opportunity to just get... Of course I'm going to be annoyed, dog. I'm going to come here and prepare for 6 hours to get 4 minutes worth of freaking updates. Of course I'm going to be annoyed. But I was told not to say anything, because that's what McEnroe did. He turned out to be a big P word.
All right, we only have 2 minutes here before we get to the top of the hour, and then we're going to have to vote next hour. Is that what we're going to do, Bernie?
That is correct. We have a Boot and J.D. Hayworth left, and
well, we have Ron and Sen and Boomer,
right.
and
Well,
Dick
that's right.
Cabot.
Dick Cabot,
They haven't. So we don't have. We have a little or no time.
Get the spots.
This is broadcast.
You got your contract. What do you care about?
I say the potential for the best possibly observation and question would probably come from Cabot. Let's go to him. Yeah. So,
well, I can make it quickly. I think that did I mention excellent posture on the part of one of the?
No, you didn't. You're on the radio.
I thought that Sid, is it?
Yeah.
The guy right here had that, and I also am glad that he never said nuclear, which makes me happy.
Yeah.
And the only thing is, I get suspicious when a guy perspires and puts his hand on my knee.
But that's not the first time that's happened, is it?
I know the feeling, by the way.
First time today.
It's coming up on a minute till the hour.
Watch out for Joseph Abood.
It's a minute till the top of the hour. They're all going to go out and vote. Now, they're going to vote on camera. Will we be able to hear it also on the radio?
Well, we're going to tally the votes and then play the comments back after they vote, just as they do on the original show.
But can we play it on the radio?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So we'll do all that coming up. So we'll find out who won. In about 10, 15 minutes, something like that.
Sid, did you go to sleepover camp when you were a kid?
Sid, your car service
Did you?
is here.
Yeah, I did.
I figured. Okay.
Congressman Hayworth, do you have any question?
Yeah, true or false? Is Anton LaVey of the Satanic Church the lead investor in the Tampa Bay Devil Rays?
I'm going to say true on that one. I'll say true. Yes, he is.
Well, let's see. You're obviously dealing in the occult.
All right, Mike Breen, Mike Lupica, Boomer Esiason.
Joseph Abood wants to know if he ever wore seatless leather pants.
That will be fine. This is WFAN in New York and Infinity Broadcasting Station, part of the Viacom.